I'm gonna be reading for 24 hours. Trying to start this reading vlog for like hours now. I started reading today at 2:30 whenever I took my bath, and it is now 5:30. Well, first of all, hi, hello, my name's Erica, aka PaperbackGirly. So right now I'm currently maybe 30% of the way through a season for Second Chances. This is the main focus of the vlog tonight. Have I even introduced what I'm doing? I'm gonna be reading for 24 hours. I am going to be reading nothing but Christmas books for 24 hours. The goal is to get through these 2 books, then potentially picking and starting my next books. I want to say that I'm not going to be doing like the timer method where like you stop every time you stop reading, and I'll be reading from 8 o'clock tonight to 8 o'clock tomorrow. Today is Saturday, December 10th. I have 2 bags of English breakfast tea, which is black tea, and it has, I think, a lot of caffeine in it. So I think I want to just kind of give you guys a little bit of a rundown of what's been kind of going on. In my little 1-week update, I talked about how some of the things that I first noticed about this book, I could tell that the author is from the UK. That was a little bit interesting because I haven't read a book that's kind of centered in the UK. The Atlas 6 was another one where like the dialogue represented characters that were European. You can definitely tell that the author wanted to take a little bit more time to build the world and where everything is occurring. It's not purely just a romance-based novel. It's 427 pages, so it's definitely a longer book, but something that I also appreciate is that the chapters are very short. It's refreshing to have chapters that are short because it motivates me in my own mind to be like, okay, I could read one more. From the very first chapter, it starts off with a bang. I was a little bit worried about this book being slow. I've heard someone describe it as cheeky, which I think is a great word. It's witty, it's bantery. I don't want this part to be incredibly too long, but thus far in the book, been introduced to her situation. Her husband has cheated on her with one of her employees. She's the owner of a restaurant. She is in her mid-40s as well, so that is also an interesting little twist. I haven't read a book with a main protagonist in general who's been older. She's decided that she wants a divorce, moves out, takes all her things, and has found a temporary living situation, gets acquainted with the town and also the people. She's become a part of a book club, and they meet together and talk about old Victorian classic novels. I'm enjoying it so far. I think it's more like a wintry read. I'm not really getting a huge romantic vibe. I was reading this a little bit earlier and I noticed that I was just kind of able to continue reading, and I was reading rather fast. Hopefully that is the same for this next little reading sprint. One thing that I wanted to like point out, I feel like there is a point that the author makes to remind you of the timeline and remind you of what period of time the characters are in. And so for example, in chapter 40, she goes, with a jolt she realized Halloween was only 2 weeks away. I just kind of had a moment because I almost forgot like the timeline. I wasn't really thinking about, oh, we're in the middle of October. It's just nice. It's really interesting to have an author that makes a point to remind the reader of those things. made myself another cup of tea. It is now 9:30. Gotten to page 231, which is chapter 49 of this book. I guess really the only thing that I kind of really wanted to update on is that I was very caught off guard by how rude John Granger was whenever they met. And I know that like in the beginning of the book, like first interactions that she's had with John Granger, who is the nephew of the tenant of the apartment that she's the guardian of for the time being. John Granger wants to sell his aunt's apartment, give it to a developer who would do something else with the land. Mari, who is the aunt, doesn't really want that to happen. The first interactions that they've had together had purely been through like correspondence, but the way in which they first meet, in the first two interactions in which they meet, I was not really a fan of it. I am going to continue on reading. I came out here so I could be by the Christmas tree. My mama put up the Christmas tree. We haven't decorated it with ornaments yet. I just feel kind of cozy being out here by the Christmas tree. So it is currently, I keep doing that. It is currently 11:17 p.m. I wanted to update you guys. I'm currently on page 289. I said that the guys or the men in this book, they're not very kind, and I feel like it's just very interesting because we're starting to see the beginnings of this relationship kind of brewing between Annie and John Granger, who again is the nephew of Mary. He's like really rude to her in person, and then whenever they're having like in-person conversations, it's very easy for him to get into like an argument or what they call miscommunication, and that kind of like rubs me the wrong way a little bit, or is just a little bit annoying. Almost instantly it's like they're able to kind of reconcile over text, and I'm just like, you guys are 40 years old acting like children a little bit. As I look at these characters as older, seemingly maybe more mature people. At how wide awake I feel. It's 3:14 a.m. I'm 348 pages into a season for Second Chances. The last time I updated you guys, we were getting some instances with John Granger where I felt like their in-person interactions weren't going well, but like their virtual interactions were going seemingly well. slowly but surely I feel like they have built a relationship. There's definitely a little bit of chemistry between them. Do I feel 100% connected to these characters? No. I think there's a part of me that understands where the characters are coming from in terms of like their motives and everything like that, but I think that there's another part of me that just maybe doesn't resonate with this particular story. There's other books that I have enjoyed more thoroughly. I've been absolutely obsessed with taking baths recently. It not only relaxes me so much to take a bath, but it like raises my body temperature. I'm literally fighting sleep. It's 3:35 right now. I think I'm just like too comfy cozy. I also still need to turn off my Christmas lights, so I can't go to sleep yet. No, but the bath bed combo is unmatched. Peak comfort right now. It's 3:55 in the morning. I'm gonna turn off all my lights. Finished a season for Second Chances. I rated this a 3 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, but I think in my heart I want to give it a 3.5 stars. I enjoyed the book for what it was more so going into it thinking that it was going to be a little bit more of a romance. I would definitely recommend this to someone who loves learning about not just one character, their interactions and the importance of their interactions with the people and the characters around them. So yeah, I rated this 3 out of 5 stars. I'm happy I was able to get through this, and now I'm going to pick up the 12 Men for Christmas, and then whenever we're done with that, I think we can end off this video by picking the next couple books for the next week. I've since started 12 Men for Christmas. I've hit the 100-page mark, just over the 100-page mark. I feel like I definitely thought with the title of the book that maybe she would be going on 12 different dates for Christmas. We learned that she's like the PR agent for this like campaign, and I don't know why I thought maybe that she would be going on dates with multiple of the men that would be in the calendar photo shoot. There was only one man that's ever been talked about so far. This book used to be titled Mr. December, and I feel like that is a much better title for this. The books that I have been binging have been written by 2 UK authors. A lot of the things that the characters choose to say are very similar to the other book, the Season for Second Chances. It's such an interesting parallel between the 2 books because obviously these were chosen at random by my boyfriend. I just think that I'm getting a little bit different of a story than what I was expecting. That's my 100-page update so far. I'm sure I can finish this in just a couple hours. Am I enjoying it so far? Meh. But we will see how it continues on. Almost 9 o'clock on the dot. This video has been very interesting. This challenge has been a blast. It was fun to push myself to stay up a little bit later last night. I think for week 2, I'm gonna pick my reads. I told myself that I wanted to pick a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer wrapped one, but there's only 2, and I still don't remember what any of these books are wrapped as. Maybe I'll just choose one. Let's go with this one. I love The Nightmare Before Christmas, and it looks like it's not too big of a book. the first read. Interesting. Picked Royal Holiday by Jasmine Guillory. Scooby-Dooby-Doo wrapping paper. Oh, I still haven't seen it, but look how cute. This is Pride, Prejudice, and Mistletoe. This is a Jane Austen Pride and Prejudice retelling. This is by Melissa de la Cruz. Yeah, these are the two books that we will start off with for week 2. I guess maybe I should tell you a little bit about the book I just read. I did rate it a 2 out of 5 stars. I feel like I enjoyed the reading experience. I think as a book itself, I would rate it 3 out of 5 stars, but as a Christmas book, I would rate it 2 out of 5 stars. It's definitely not very Christmassy. It doesn't really take place during Christmas time at all, not even during like winter time. It takes place in the spring. The name of the book does not correlate at all to the story. I feel like the idea of 12 men for Christmas is the idea that like she's gonna go on a date with 12 different men for Christmas or like during the Christmas time. That was definitely not the case, and it really only focused on one guy. And I think I remember mentioning this earlier, but the book used to be called Mr. December, and I feel like they should recover it again and put the old title back onto the cover. It was not a book that I would recommend, to be honest. Before my camera dies, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. This video has been so fun to film and record, and I'm happy that I got done with 2 books in 24 hours. I hope to maybe do some more type of fun videos like this sometime soon, and I will see you in my next video. Happy holidays. Every day looks every day up. Every day patches the note up. Oh God, you should mention this the kill. No, I lied, still I want my 28th up. 1990, my family, yeah, that